No, let's bring back a guest this New Year's Eve. We had her previously, I don't know, a week ago, I think.
Yes.
Paano bitin yung ating
nagbigay
sa kanya
usapan
na
nun
nakaraan eh. Bitin
Oo.
yung
Oo
ating
nga
interview eh.
Daming tanong.
We have again Assistant Secretary Mary Rose Magsaysay ng Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center o yung CICC. Yan, si Ma'am mo. Ang ganda na ng background niyo.
Oo nga eh.
Magandang hapon.
Hi, Asek.
Happy New Year.
Can you hear me?
Oo, yeah.
Yes. Happy New Year po.
Naka-up pa rin ba kayo? Naka-up pa rin ba kayo, Asek? Yung app,
360. Ba't yung naka-app?
yung app na sabi nyo ginamit nyo last time.
Ay,
Tinatanggal ko nga eh. Tinatanggal ko nga yung... Kaya lang doon tinatanggal ko parang mas maganda kung meron.
Yan.
Konti na flight.
Oo. Mukhang kailangan din namin ng ganyang klaseng app eh.
kami.
Kami.
Si Ami, hindi niya kailangan yan.
Hindi.
O, teka.
Lotek ako, lotek.
Okay, let's get down to business. Ma'am, okay, we're going into 2025. It's a new year. Let's start with something very, very practical for the viewers and the listeners. What tips or suggestions could you give to people who are so vulnerable to all these cyber crimes, especially on their phones and their gadgets? What do they have to keep in mind?
Okay, first things first siguro, no? And I think we've been listening to a lot of influencers in the net. Kung ano yung dapat natin gawin. And we've been listening to news and we've been listening to a lot of other mentors who we feel can help us into these cyber scams happening all over the country. But the best is always to look for the right kind of information, which is, I would suggest you look at our webpage, which is cicc.gov.ph for warnings, as well as warnings of the government in all its other agencies with regards to the new kinds of scams happening all over, no? Kasi kagaya ngayon, meron tayong mga bagong scams na people are asking you, minamadali kayo na magpadala ng pera sa kanila, and they are acting as if they are your relatives and friends. Remember, when it comes to scams, it's always trust ang pinag-uusapan. They're breaking that trust. And they're trying to emulate that they are the ones you should trust. So you should pick the kind of information that you will believe, no? So be choosy. Choosy dapat.
Yesterday, Asek, kasama ko si Cardinal Ambo. No? Siya rin yung presidente ng Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines. No? Napag-usapan namin yung lumabas na parang webpage na siya ay na-stroke last September at siya daw ay gumaling dahil sa isang klase ng gatas. At yung gatas na yan ay binebenta ni Undersecretary, DOH Undersecretary Tayag, no? For a fee. So, nung napag-usapan namin, sabi niya, nagreklamo na siya sa Facebook. No? Nag-post din siya sa kanyang Facebook page. Ang ginawa pa ng Facebook, hindi tinanggal yung webpage na yon sa Facebook. Ang tinanggal yung kanyang reklamo.
Huh?
Yung kanyang reklamo. And this is hindi ito simpleng karaniwang tao. He is practically the head of the Catholic Church at saka head siya ng Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines, one of the 5 cardinals sa Pilipinas. At sabi niya, isa ring naging ganyan ay si Cardinal Tagle, the number 3 highest sa Vatican at rumored to be a preferee or sa shortlist ng next Pope. Ganyan din yung ginawa. So, kung mga ganyang klaseng tao na ini-scam ng ganyan, at kung magreklamo, tinatanggal yung kanilang reklamo, paano pa kaya yung mga karaniwang tao? No? Kaya mahalaga yung inyong advice eh. Anong gagawin diyan? At kung meron bang pag-asa? No? Halimbawa siya, hanggang ngayon ay walang lumalabas na investigasyon yung Facebook, no? Kaya medyo masama yung loob niya. Yung pinost pa niya, yung reklamo pa niya, ang tinanggal ng Facebook.
Okay. So with that kind, especially with Meta, I've told you, we are one of the very few agencies that are very close to Meta. And lahat naman ng nirereklamo sa amin na take up namin kay Meta is because we vet it, no? Because we vet it, is that they do actually do something about it, and they're very choosy. Hindi lahat ho ng lumalapit sa kanila, not even agencies, no? Sobrang laki nila, no? One thing about going inside Facebook or Meta is that you have to remember that when they developed Meta, they've spent billions of dollars. And when you go into their environment, you have already put yourself out there, and you did not read the small lines that you are subject to their community rules. Alam ko mabigat yung community rules na yan. It seems to supersede any kind of law of any country, no? So, ang suggestion ko is let's all work together, and I think it's about time we also reach out to the religious, kasi they have a lot of followings and we need them to propagate what kind of truth needs to be listened to by the people. So let's have an organized, if I will reach out to them. Thank you for telling me. My mother is very close to the CBCP. She used to bring the Inapuong Bato all over the world, and of course the Philippines, no, coming from Zambales. And it seems na it's about time na the religious, na lalo na tayo mga Katoliko, if we will reach out to them so that they can also talk in the pulpit with pure confidence kung ano yung dapat nilang sabihin sa tao on how to handle things. Bigyan natin sila ng playbook.
At mismo
Asek, hindi kaya nagkamali ng rota yung ginamit ni Cardinal, kasi marami ding nagtatanong ng mga tao niyan paano kapag kami na-scam, na-hack, hindi nila alam kung paano sila magrereklamo Di kaya pati yung reklamo ni Cardinal na-intercept at na-hack din siya. Pati yung reklamo, kasi if you're saying Meta responds immediately, at alam din namin yun na ganun nga ang Facebook Meron silang ganun na binabantayan talaga nila yung ganyang klase mga reklamo. Bakit yun? Ganun na nangyari, ang tinanggal yung reklamo.
I have this strange feeling na alam mo, napaka maburiri mag-report dyan, ha? Yung reporting place nila is hidden somewhere, hidden. Okay, yun ang nakita ko
Parang ayaw
dyan.
magbasa ng reklamo, no?
Oo, you have to click 20 million places bago ka makapagreklamo. And I'd like to give them the opportunity that we can service the religious. Kasi ang napansin namin lately, for the past few months, puro yung may kapangyarihan ang tinitira talaga at kinokopya ng transnational organized crime. Transnational organized crime yan
Pero hindi ba nagreklamo si Yusek Tayag? Paano? Undersecretary ng Department of Health yun Dapat isa siya sa mga nagreklamo. Diba? Lalo na sa inyo dahil nasa gobyerno siya. At medyo delikado dahil ang sinasabi, itong gatas na ito ay gamot sa high blood tension, gamot sa stroke, gamot sa 10 pang mga incurable diseases. Medyo maraming mapapahamak dyan kung hindi masasabihan na mali yan, na fake yan. No? Kaya dapat si Yusek Tayag mismo ay mag-scale up sa ganyang klaseng reklamo.
I will tell him that.
Yeah.
I will call his attention.
Yeah.
Kasi dawit
Oo.
Reality check, ha?
Oo.
Anong priority nyo, Asek, for the new year? Kasi napakarami magtatapos tong 2024. Lahat ng mga problema sa impact ng artificial intelligence, sa ganyan nga, disinformation, sa mga fake advertising, pati sa mga trolls, and of course, nalalapit na eleksyon. Ano yung program nyo? Meron ba kayong mga urgent programs for the year?
Yeah. Okay, so actually, we already, as I've mentioned, in a rush, I've mentioned about our research and development in AI, Actually, CICC is the lead when it comes to digital AI and digital evidence. I've mentioned that the chairman of the Scientific Working Group of Digital Evidence of the United States is from CICC. Sila yung gumagawa ng standards na ina-assume ng NIST na nilalatag sa buong mundo. Pilipino yan, galing sa atin sa CICC. And minamadali namin yan pagkat ginagamit natin yung opportunity na yung AI din ay magamit natin para mag-propagate ng the right kind of information and the right kind of information to the right people, which is the general public. Talagang sila yung dapat naming maabot, So, number one, yung sa AI, government already is in AI when it comes to digital forensics. Secondly, is that particular capability, nilatag natin yan in what we call a SOC in a box. No? I've mentioned that we are already creating tools for government kasi mahal ang pagbili ng tools para matupok ang cybercrime. Yung hahanapin pa namin yung pag-geolocate, yung paghanap ng tao na may sala pagdating sa cybercrimes. Napakalaking budget ang nilalaan ng gobyerno para makabili ng ganung tools and hindi natin kinakaya. Para bang, kumbaga, ginagawa ngayon ng CICC, yung ginawa ng India na, di ba yung mga gamot, ginawa nila generic, tas mura na. Ganyan din ang gagawin natin. Yan din ang ginagawa ng CICC ngayon na imbis na mag-invento ng tools, lahat ng mga law enforcement agencies natin na merong, sila ho yung may mandato na manghuli, kailangan i-capacitate natin sila kasi panloloko na, kung sasabihin ko sa iyo na CICC ang gagawa lahat po ng pagsisiyasat, no, ng digital forensics. Nilalatag ho namin yan sa lahat ng law enforcement agencies. Yun yung project namin. We have 200,000 police force, no? And sila ho yung nasa ground. Sila ho yung i-capacitate ho natin. Gumagawa ho tayo ng tools ngayon na affordable, na napakaliit ho ng cost niyan dahil iniimbento na ng CACC po yan sa aming research and development. Tapos pag nilatag po natin yan sa mga tao natin on the ground, which are the police force, and of course, later on, for the CIIs, yung AFP. Kasi para maintindihan po ninyo, ang humuhuli ho ng tao, yung buhay naglalakad, police ho yun. Ang nag-safeguard po sa cybercrimes, pagdating sa critical infrastructures natin, AFP yun. No? So, buhay at hindi buhay. No? So, pinaghiwalay ho natin yan. At yung capability po ng AFP rin, tutulungan po din natin sila. Kaya inuuna ho lang natin yung tao na yung PNP ang ating lalatagan ng SOC in a box para lahat sila sa kanilang mga endpoints, may capability silang hanapin yung mga cybercriminals. And likewise, yung Project Equity po na binanggit ko po sa inyo, na napadala ko po kay Mr. Santillan yung short video of it, no? Is that yung mga, at saka nagkamali ako, sabi ko nung huling interview, 19 regions, hindi po, 12 regions po yung napunta namin, 19 provinces. And about 30,000 live face-to-face na people, tinuturoan namin kung papaano ho mag-report ng cybercrimes at kung anong gagawin ng mga local government units. Mas maganda po kasi sana kung marami po tayong nagsosolve at sinifederate po natin ang information yan, nagkakaroon ng feedback po sa amin, ina-aggregate po namin yan, at inaayos po natin kung paano po per area, kasi naiiba po ang mga problema kada area. So, ganyan po ang ginagawa ng CICC. We have number 1, I told you, research and development para to make those tools. Number 2, may project equity kami, bumababa na kami sa ground, no? As fast as we can. And then number 3 is the training of all the law enforcement agencies on how to use this para they can manage their cybercrimes in their respective areas. Because yon ang totoo. Yon ang credible na pwedeng gawin natin. Hindi pwedeng sabihin isang ahensya lang nagsosolve or PNP lang ang nagsosolve or DOJ, OOC lang ang nagsosolve, NBI, cyber. Kami, konti lang kami, hindi. Dapat lahat po tayo ay
for example,
at magtutulungan para ito po ay mangyari. And I have good news to tell you that di ba sabi ko, nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, na everybody is looking for that mentor. Everybody is looking for that leadership in cyber to be able to tell the people what to do and how to solve things. But the truth is, yung talagang your true north is ikaw yon. Yung may respeto ka ba sa sarili mo na talagang iisipin mo kung tama yung ilalagay mo impormasyon sa internet para hindi ka ma-breach o ma-breach ka. Kailangan na gipitin mo sa information, di ba? At ilalagay mo lang doon yung information na makakaginhawa sa buhay nyo, ng pamilya mo, at saka sa negosyo, at saka sa pag-edukasyon ng sarili mo, at pag-listen sa inyo, sa news na kailangan nila, para alam nila paano gagabayan ng buhay nila. So, you have to have that love for yourself, you have to find your true north inside you. Yun ang tinuturo namin ngayon sa mga tao, na tignan nyo kung ano yung importante sa inyo. Ikaw muna. Ngayon, kung importante ka sa buhay mo, aralin mo yung dapat mong gawin, no? Pagkatapos, pakinggan mo yung tamang pakikinggan, yung mga gobyerno, kayo, news, kami, gobyerno. Pagkatapos, gipitin nyo sa mga impormasyon na hindi dapat nilalabas doon. So talagang dapat heavy tayo in changing the culture. And I hope you will also help us in this.
Ma'am, going back to what you were saying kanina, the need to devolve the functions and the authority to other agencies. But let me ask you then, for example, is the PNP capacitated to look into issues about cybercrime? For example, do all the police stations even have a computer? Of course, everybody has a cell phone, but iba siyempre ang cellphone ka lang versus iba yung may desktop ang bawat presinto. Do we even have that kind of capacity right now?
Okay. So, nice thing that you mentioned that. No? Acuity is a trifecta of connect, capacitate, and to continuous the education with the people. No? So, it's a trifecta. The connect part is being handled by the ICT. They're the ones that we have been coordinating, and we have budget for 2025 to at least go into 200 endpoints to capacitate them. Yung talagang kaduluduluhan na, yung walang connectivity. Hindi yung may signal ng kaunti tapos gagamitan ng cellphone. Hindi. Talagang magkoconnect ko kami ngayon with the ICT. Silang number 1 doon sa trifecta yon. On the education part, that's our part. So we already have the learning management system that we created in CICC. We created it, We created it kasi ang gusto namin, kung yung mga taong bayan papasok sa LMS para matuto ng mga skills and certification courses on cyber, is that hindi sila mabibreach. Kasi ang pinapasok lang nila doon, hindi pangalan po nila, it's some alphanumeric key para walang breach. No? Talagang dinivorce namin yung name nila at saka yung pagpasok at pag-learn nila. And then, on that part, that's on the education part. And the continuous part is yung pagsusumbong nila, no? At sige, sabihin ko na, magsumbong ho sila. Magsumbong ho kayo. Wala akong masama ho dyan. Dahil hindi naman namin nilalabas kung sino po yung nagsusumbong. Pero mabibigyan namin kayo ng gabay. That's why we are enriching the endpoints by putting there the SOC, no? The SOC in a box, Security Operating Center in a box, na pwede nilang gamitin para mahanapan po yung mga cyber criminals. Kasi yung mga kapitan po, i-educate po natin yan. Tsaka kung sino man yung mas bata sa kanilang barangay, dahil sila po ay nakakaalam ng mga nangyayari talaga sa kanilang environment, no? So, yun ang ginagawa ng CICC. So, it's not a dream. It's not a wishful think. Ginagawa na po namin yan. Nilaanan na ng budget. It's already rolling. We're already tendering for the connectivity part. But we've already started it.
Sek, dagdag lang doon sa kanilang binanggit ko. Paano, eventually, ay tinanggal din ng Facebook yung website na yon. No? After a while, tinanggal din. Pero, nagtayo uli ng bagong website. So, with the same content. Ibig sabihin, baka yung ibang mga tao, pag nagreklamo, tapos pagkatapos nila magreklamo, ay ibabalik uli yung same na scam. Baka napapagod na rin sila. Meron bang paraan para at least yung content na yon ma-blacklist na talaga para mahirapan na silang magtayo uli? Paano? Paulit-ulit talaga yan. Siyempre, mas may resources, mas may wherewithal, yung mga scam na yan, no? So, pwede nilang ulit-ulitin yan eh. Pagkatanggal, tayo uli. Pagkatanggal, tayo uli. May paraan ba para mapigilan yan o at least ma-mitigate?
Okay, so there has to be a lot of complaints talaga. Yun na sinasabi ko, please call 1326. Iniipon natin yung complaints niyan kasi talagang earlier on, as early as last year, January, talagang nagpahayag na rin si Yusek Alex Ramos, my boss, na talagang he's really gonna run after yung mga apps. Kasi nga, dito po nangyayari yung mga ganyang klaseng mga panloloko. And I want the people to be vigilant, no? Yung talagang yun talaga, if there's a dream and a wish, yun yung wish ko, na talagang ma-embed sa taong bayan. That's why we're doing the acuity in the dialect. In the dialect, in Ilocano, in Bisaya, Kapampangan, name it. That's what we're doing already. Even our brochures already that we bring to the kaduluduluhan. And I hope one of those times that we go down to the barangay is that you join us so that you can see kung paano yung mga tao. Nakakatuwa, nakakataba ng puso na mas malayo ang pinupuntahan namin, mas maraming dumadalo. Mas malapit sa syudad, mas konti ang dumadalong mga tao para makinig kung ano dapat nilang gawin. Yun ang hindi ko maintindihan yung part na yun.
Asek, nabanggit niyo yung budget. Maililing ko lang sa mainit na topic ngayon, yung budget. Signing ng national budget. Are you getting enough resources dyan sa opisina nyo? At sapat ba ang tao ninyo, considering yung sa dami ng problema dito related to your mandate? Tama lang ba resources ng opisina nyo?
Nadagdagan ba kayo o nabawasan?
Actually, nadagdagan yung resources namin because they knew that we were putting up already government-grade AI farms. And we're doing that because we want to secure the data of government and not rely on vendors. Kasi nakita po namin na there are some clouds that are really breached heavily, no? And I told you what a cloud is, right? Each and every app of that, may sariling cloud yan, no? And we want to be able to have our own, no? So they're talking about, you have to listen to this. Tutukan nyo ito, sovereign AI. Sovereign AI is something that we've already started in CICC, which means to say, we try to do things on our own here in the Philippines, create it Philippine-made. Diba? We want to have our own fiber. Diba? We want to have our own search engines. We want to have our own AI. Ginagawa ng ibang bansa na yan. And we're already starting to do that. That's why naglaan ng national government ng sufficient, no? So we're piloting already that AI farm. It will be up by, as fast as we can do it. And maraming ahensya actually na nagpupondo. And even countries that have been, they always ask us, how much money do you need, no? What technical resources do you need? Pero mapili tayo. And we're trying to make do with what we have because we can. We still can. And we're going to do it because that's the way towards the future. That we protect ourselves. Tayo ang poprotekta sa sarili natin. Diba? United we stand, divided we fall. Kaya tayo, sinisecure natin yung sarili natin. And we're also warning the people, kayo rin, bantayan niyo yung sarili nyo, no? No garbage in, garbage out. So please, we're trying to do that also to the kids, no? Yung sa DepEd, hindi ko pa alam kung mayroon na kaming link doon. Kasi bago yung natin.
Pero ASEC, anong kaibahan niyang sovereign AI sa AI as we know it today? No? Ano ba yan? Nationalist AI? No?
Yes.
Yan ba AI na...
May sovereign rights ba yan?
May firewall ba yan?
Parang West Philippine Sea.
Parang West Philippine Sea.
May sovereign rights.
Hindi kasi, talagang we have to start being nationalistic, no? And why are we protecting the Filipino people? We are protecting the Filipino people, di ba? Tayo muna, tao muna. It's because that's our number one export. Remember, almost 80+% of our GDP comes from our Philippine resources, yung mga tao na ini-export natin. And we have to be the best of who we are. And to be the best of who we are, we have to protect the people. We even have to protect the information going to them. And we have to teach them the right things. Kasi pagka mataas ang tingin nila sa atin, remember, mas gusto nila tayong i-hire. No? Pagka hindi maganda ang aura natin sa ibang bansa, definitely who wants to hire a Filipino, we will not be hired. So that's why natututok din tayo sa OSA-XSA. We don't want to be number one in child porn, right? Sort of child porn. Who would want to hire a Filipino when we have, mga nanay, they're putting that thing out there in the internet, right? So that's why we are heavy on this. We are heavy on educating the people. We want us to be proud. Push ko talaga ang proud. And sometimes people say, mayabang. No, it's not mayabang. It's about time we have to be proud of who we are because we are great people, we are kind, we are nurturing, matyaga tayo, and we're the best. If not the second, we are the best pagdating talaga sa serbisyo sa ibang tao. We made those first world countries first world by helping them in their houses, di ba? Ang dami nating mga kasambahay na tumutulong para sila ay makapagtrabaho, make themselves first world. Pati yung health nila, saan nila kinukuha? Sa atin, sa mga Pilipino. So in terms of cyber, that is our window of opportunity to show how good we are as a technologist.
Okay, maraming salamat. Assistant Secretary Mary Rose Magsaysay ng Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center or CICC.
Maraming salamat,
Thank you, ma'am.
ASEC.
Thank you, ASEC.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.